And okay. So welcome to my walkthrough for Yu-Gi-Oh! Sacred Cards. I've had this game for a little while. I just picked it up out of boredom because it's such a simple and fun game. And I thought after playing it for so long, I've learned a bunch of things, and I thought I'd just share it with you guys. So first, we're going to start a new game. And before we do anything else, I want to set this timer because that's how long I have for the video. Now, quick background on the story while I do this. It takes place during the Battle City tournament, and the whole point is to win in the tournament, go to the finals, and win the whole tournament. And there's a lot of elements from the show included in the game. This is Joey and Yugi, by the way, and you're friends with them. But it includes many of the rare hunters, obtaining the Egyptian god cards, things like that. But instead of Yugi being the hero, you are. So, yay for you. So right now you're going to the opening ceremony for the tournament, but first, we're going to take care of some things. First of all, in the orange hat, that's you, in case you hadn't figured that out yet. This computer is where you save. I'm going to do that real quick. Now I'm going to show you a few things. Press start to get to here, and then status has this screen. There are 4 things I want to focus on real quick. The easiest two would be the locator cards and money. Locator cards, you see, it's 1 out of 6. The way you get to the finals of this tournament is to obtain 6 locator cards. So you start with 1, so you need 5 more. The next thing is money. The currency used in this game is domino. You start with 500 and use this to buy cards. And I believe that's all you do with it. Now the little more complicated. Deck capacity and duelist level. Well, on each card you'll see it has something called a deck cost, and it'll be a number. It'll be 7 or 50 or 206 or something like that. And in your 40 card deck, you can only have 40 cards in this game. The total deck cost must not exceed your deck capacity. So for now, it can't exceed 1,600. And that's relatively low, so you can't put a lot of good cards in here just yet. But as you progress further, you'll be able to. And the way you win more deck capacity is by dueling and winning. If you defeat the common duelists, those will be the duelists whose face doesn't show up when you try to duel them. You'll get 5 deck capacity points for each of them. And this happens with a few of the named duelists. For the purposes of this video, the named duelists will be anyone who, when you talk to them or duel them, their face, you get a close-up of their face. And Joey, My Valentine, Yugi, and Tristan, they only get out 5 deck capacity points. That's the same also with Mokuba, Roland, the security guy, and Bakura, and a few others that you see along the way. But the rest of them give out 30 deck capacity points the first time you beat them, and every subsequent time they give you 10. The last thing is duelist level. You see right now it's 72. That means any card with a deck cost of 72 or less you can use right now, but if it has more, you're unable to use it. And in fact, if you try and read the card, the text on the card, until your duelist level is the same or higher, you won't even be able to read the card. It'll say your duelist level is not high enough, this can't be put in the deck. Next, before I go to trunk, is deck. And this is the 40 card deck that they try and get you to use at the beginning. So we're going to press start to try and organize it. And the controls here are the same as in the trunk, rather. You can organize by the number. You'll see for master it's 102, 195, like that. Name alphabetically, attack points, defense points, type, fiend, spellcaster, warrior. Summon, which is like the attributes in the regular game, but it's been expanded upon, and I'll get to that in one moment. Quantity, the amount of how many cards you actually have of that card. Cost, the deck cost, so the higher deck cost will go first, and stars, the level, 8, 9, 10, 5, 6, whatever. So I'm going to organize by attack. And now you see first of all we have our tribute monsters, and yes, you do have to tribute monsters in this game. You tribute 1 for level 5 or 6, 2 for level 7 and 8, and 3 for 9, 10, 11, or 12. So he has the last warrior from another planet. It's okay. And then you have all these 1 tribute monsters. And at the very beginning stage of the game, you really don't need to tribute monsters, because it's kind of a waste. But it doesn't hurt to have 1 or 2 in there, just in case. So, the first thing I'm going to do to edit this deck is move these guys to the trunk, 4 of these. I'm going to keep Saber Slasher and the Last Warrior around, and I've picked Saber Slasher out of all these because he looks the most like a warrior. And you'll see, I'm going to try and use a warrior type deck as the game moves on. And so now we have our 900 attack monsters, our 800, and these are all pretty good. You just keep anything with over 500 attack points. But when you get down here, then you need to start getting rid of almost all of them. So we'll put these guys in the trunk, but you keep him because you don't have that many pyro summon monsters, and you may want to keep those around in case you do need to defeat a forest summon monster. And once again, that goes along with the summon system, which I will explain in just a moment. But first, we're getting rid of all of these guys. And now before I go to the trunk to put more monsters in, I want to explain the 5 special cards you start with. The special cards are spell cards, trap cards, and ritual spell cards. You have Dark Hole, it does the same thing, destroys every monster on the field. Muyon Curry, you get 200 life points. And Pot of Greed, you get 2 cards. Now, a quick note with this. Your maximum hand size limit is 5. So, at any time you can't have more than 5 cards. So, if you want to get a full benefit of this card, you should make sure you have 2 spots open in your hand. Otherwise, you just draw 1 card. Next is your trap card. And trap cards in this game are a little different than they are in the real game. They activate automatically. You don't get to pick which monster it targets. It just will happen. And we'll look at this real quick. This one, it says it destroys monsters with attack of 500 or lower. So, anytime the first monster to attack it with 500 or less attack, while this card's face down on your side of the field, it's destroyed. But if they have a second one, it'll be able to attack. Even if the first monster has like 200 points and the second one has 500, as long as they attack with 200 first, that's the one that gets destroyed. And finally, ritual spell cards. There are 1 or 2 ways to get the ritual monsters in this game. One is to actually put the physical card in your deck. They do sell them, but they cost 255 deck points. Deck points, I guess is the right term. So, and they're usually not that helpful. So the way to get around this, for no cost, is to put the ritual spell card and then a specific monster, which the card will tell you. So it says Mask of Darkness, which fortunately for us, we have. So what this means is if we have this spell card on the field, Mask of Darkness, and any 2 other monsters, we can sacrifice those 2 and activate this card, and then Mask of Darkness will transform into the ritual monster, in this case, Mask of Shine and Dark. Finally, I want to highlight our effect monsters. We have 3 in this deck, which is Apprentice, Galengel, and Doron. And the way effect monsters work is you can activate their flip effects on the same turn they're summoned. But after you activate this effect, they can't attack or do anything rather until next turn. So Witch's Apprentice's effect powers up shadow-aligned summoned monsters on your field and powers down light types. And though it doesn't say it, this game, the power up and down is by levels. So 1 level is the equivalent of 500 attack and defense points, and 2 would be attack, etc. So, if we have a shadow monster with her, it'll gain 500 attack and defense. If we have a light, it'll lose 500 attack and defense. And unlike the regular card game, this is a one-time deal. So, if you summon a shadow monster, after you activate this effect, it won't get the benefit of it. But even if you have one and you activate this, and then this card is destroyed, the other monster will keep the power boost. Oh, I guess I'm out of time. In the next video, I'll explain a little bit more on the summon system, and then what you've all been waiting for, we'll start dueling.